I literally tried my hardest not to film a video on this car because there is so much Golf R content out there, and not just out there on YouTube but also on my channel. But this one is a MK7.5 and it came in at the weekend. I drove it home last night and I was on my journey to work this morning. I thought I need to get a little video done on my channel on this car. So today's video is my thoughts on a MK7.5 Golf R. Yes, I failed at my attempt at not doing a video on this car because I suppose it's through a lot of people's eyes. They're a bit boring. They've been rinsed on YouTube. But do you know what? They are so bloody good. Like this MK7.5, I did have one a couple of years ago. I didn't do no content on it. And this one come in at the weekend. And I thought, you know, I need to drive this home and see what it's all about. And I absolutely rate this car. It's so good. Like they are predictable. They do sort of everything really well, maybe too well. Maybe that's probably the reason why people don't like them. But how can you dislike something that is so spot on and perfect? Now obviously this is a 5-door in white. The MK7.5 came out actually in '67. I did do a video. I just thought actually it's what's just sprung to mind is I've done a video with Lenny Urban, who was Lenny the geezer back then. He sold his MK7 Golf R and he got a MK7.5. That was really early on in my channel, and we've done a video talking about the differences between the two, and they're really subtle differences. But do you know what? They're a massive improvement. Now if you drive a MK7 Golf R, none of these differences even matter. None of it is relevant because you will love your MK7 Golf R. But when you drive a MK7.5, that's what a helicopter's about. Wait a minute. That's the dream, innit? Do you know what? That is the dream, having a helicopter, but I do not think I could get in that bloody thing. Forget that. But yeah, sorry, when you drive a MK7.5, that's what I was saying, the differences are they're just so bloody good. So visually, we'll quickly talk about that. On the front bumper here, got these sort of gloss black canards on each corner there, and then headlights have improved. The headlights have got this, it's got like an LED strip below each headlight, and then as we come around the side, anything changed here, anything changed. Oh, you know, I think I missed out the gloss black splitter on the bottom there, gloss black along the side. I don't think the MK7s have got that. I have to check Google before I post this video. And then round the back we've got darker rear lights and the usual quad exhaust, but with a gloss black trim across the bottom there as well. So as we hop on the inside, let's do that right now. The seats, there's a bit of a difference here. They've got like I picked the quietest spot ever, and then helicopters fly over, the bin man comes past, and yeah, all sorts of distractions. Cool guys. What a load of rubbish, eh? Yeah, I've got to stop with my bad jokes. Yeah, the dark, what was I saying? It's got the seats, that's what I was talking about, the seats. The seats have got like this Alcantara finish, but on the MK7s, they've got like a light grey, and then the MK7.5's got a dark grey. Dark grey definitely looks better. I'm pretty sure this is slightly different as well. It's got like a black trim. I should definitely have hit Google before I filmed this video. I thought I could do it all off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that is different as well. The main difference as you drive this car on the interior is the infotainment system, which is absolutely, like, it is brilliant, man. It's so modern for the age of this car. I suppose it is a 67 plate cab. There's me, look. Got shorts on. Can you even see the shorts in my reflection? It's bloody hot today. But yeah, infotainment system, and then, yeah, sorry, how did I even forget to mention it? Virtual cockpit, which we will talk more about when we go for a drive. So what I'll do now is I'll jump in, we'll do the HPI stuff as well, talk about the specs that this car's got, which ain't actually a lot, and we'll go for a drive, and we will do draggy times as well, right? So let's go. That's it, let's get the mic on, get the seatbelt on so I can get my mic all set up properly. Is that alright? Can you hear me? Yeah, mic levels look good on screen now. It's bloody hot today, I know that. It's funny because I thought I'll just film a quick little video on my journey to work today in my little Golf R. And it's just there's so much involved filming a video, but it's worth it. So let me just start the engine quick because it's bloody hot in here, and I need to get the aircon on. In fact, let's have a little listen to see what it sounds like when it starts, yeah? So it sounds quite calm, doesn't it? But obviously with Golf R's, you've got this driver mode, so if you flick it over to race, which it's all touchscreen. For a stock car, that sounds bloody good, doesn't it? So in front of me, as I mentioned earlier, I've got the virtual cockpit, which looks like it just don't belong here. It looks that bloody good. This is a Volkswagen Golf, guys, and we've got this nice virtual cockpit. It looks like it's been stolen out of an Audi R8, and you can adjust it to suit how you want it, all the displays and stuff. And right now I've got the sat-nav screen just straight in front of me in the middle there. How good is that? And yeah, this infotainment system just comes to life when you put your hands near it. I love that as well. Mechanical differences, we need to talk about that in a sec as well, but before we do that, we'll do that when we drive. Before we do that, let's pull up the HPI and just go through a couple of bits on HPI, look at the spec and stuff like that, yeah? So if we pull up the HPI certificate from HPI, guys, if you want to get one yourself, just Google HPI. 5 registers are clear. It's all good. Plate transfer in amber, that's not a problem. Volkswagen Golf, blah, blah, blah. It's a 5-speed hatchback. 6-speed semi-auto petrol. It's not a 6-speed, is it? Nah. 7.5s are 7-speed. We'll double check that when we drive, but that's wrong. Freeformer keepers, and then the spec check here shows 1 star. It should show 0 stars, I think, because it doesn't actually have any optional equipment whatsoever. So you can see the new price was 33.5 grand, and it's got 0 optional equipment. And then when you drop down the optional equipment area, section, it comes up with pure white non-metallic, raised cloth centre with grey Alcantara bolsters, which is what I mentioned earlier, but both of them options were free. I do really like it in white. Let me know your thoughts on if you'd have one in white. Obviously my one was Lapis Blue, which a bit like an Astra VXR in Arden Blue. I kind of got a bit bored of them, but you can't argue that Lapis Blue is a really nice colour. So if we go back to the HPI, NMR check, just national mileage register to confirm the mileage, it's done 29,000, almost 30,000. It'll probably be 30,000 by the time this video goes live because I will be driving it. And then we go to market values, based on its average mileage being 34,640. The valuation is retail value is 24,734, and then the trade value is 22,261, which is quite accurate, right? And then when you go back to my system, enter reg, here we go. I've got the valuation here, so KW67VYH. The cap values, which is what we generally go by in the trades, if I pull that up, we value the car at 24,500. They're a lot higher. Like the retail value, in my opinion, of this car is 24,500. We couldn't buy it for 24,500 and sell it for, obviously we'd lose money, yeah? So cap values are quite high, and it's saying with cap value, and the cap retail value is saying it should be 26,750. Again, like book values at the minute, they are all over the bloody place because of COVID and the way used car values are just changing by the month. Some cars are becoming more demanding than others, just because of the general change in society. Yeah, book values are really, really unreliable. Right, that's enough for that. Let's hit the road, yeah? I think what I was quite impressed with when I drove this car is how quick it is, right? You kind of expect, I suppose I would expect, because I drive so many different cars, lots of them are of high power as well. This being 310 brake horsepower, the first mechanical difference between the 7.5 and the 7 Golf R, by the way, is the fact this is a tiny bit more power. I think they're sort of 10 PS less than the Mark 7.5s, but yeah, I was quite impressed with how quick this car is. And they are a really drivable car, really easy thing to drive and great fun to drive, but you kind of don't expect that a stock car is going to be or perform as well as this thing does. Like, it's honestly so impressive, and it sounds bloody amazing as well. Is it even worth opening that window? Listen to them, the old DSG farts between the gears. Listen to that. Transit, get on your side of the road, please, mate. Obviously, it's a 4-wheel drive, hence the 4Motion badge down there. I'll do that window back up because it around the wind noise. We don't want to do that. Virtual cockpit, you just want this it's almost that good that you don't want it in front of you because you spend more time looking at that than you do the bloody road. It's so good. It's so good that you can sort of adjust it and customise it to suit how you want it set up as well. Calm down a little bit because we are going through a village. Quickly go back to specs, right? If I had my own Golf R, I would personally want a pan roof, but they're so rare with a pan roof. And the other thing that I would want is the Pretoria wheels. I think they look so bloody good with Pretoria wheels. But again, expensive options. A lot of people just passed on it, and they do come really well spec from factory anyway. Like this car's got heated seats, it's got front and rear sensors, and it's also got obviously DAB, the upgraded infotainment system and all that. So it's not really missing anything anyway. Going back to market values of these cars, obviously they are more money, being a newer car than the Mark 7. The Mark 7s came out I think in 2014, then the Mark 7.5s came out in 67, so 3 years later, and they might have come out in 17. Should have really just done a bit of research. This is me doing everything off the cuff. But price wise at the minute in the used market, I'd say, again off the top of my head, you probably get a Mark 7 for starting at about 15 grand, probably a bit less than that if you want to sort of compromise on mileage and maybe get a categorised one. And then the Mark 7.5s are nearer to 20 grand, they start from that upwards. So you do pay a bit more of a premium, but it's definitely worth it. But then going back to what I said earlier about driving a Mark 7 Golf R, you know what, as you're driving down the road in your Mark 7 Golf R, a bit like I did every day for God knows how many months, at no point throughout that journey did I think, oh, I wish I had a Mark 7.5, because I enjoyed that car so much. And it's really weird that faceless and pre-facelift cars, you have gratitude and appreciation for whatever car you drive, and once you get in the driver's seat and you begin to enjoy a car, you sort of don't really care what you're missing out on. So if you are currently driving a Mark 7 Golf R and you absolutely love it, continue loving it, because it's a bloody brilliant car, and all these little bits that the Mark 7.5 does have, they're worth it, but it ain't the end of the world not having them. So the other key differences, in fact, let's go up and see. Yes, we've got 7 gears. Going back to mechanical changes between the Mark 7 and the Mark 7.5, this has got 7-speed DSG gearbox. I don't know if it's stronger or better or whatever. You probably get better fuel consumption, but other than that, it's probably not a massive amount of benefits. And then the other feature that this car has got over the earlier cars, it's got sweeping indicators. Look at that. I think they look amazing, don't they? So yeah, no real drastic changes, but loads of subtle little changes. Generally, that's what manufacturers do with any facelift, just to encourage more sales and get a few more cars out the door. What we're going to do now is we're going to cut to the Draggy times, because I am curious to see how quickly I can get this from 20 to 70 mile an hour. It's a great gauge to put it up against some other cars that I've done times on, and they do include an A45 AMG and a tuned M135i. So let's cut to that scene of the video. Right, that's it. Draggy box is on the roof. Just get here. Run number 1. 3, 2, 1. Easy as that. That felt quick. Floor it. Come on. No need to use the launch control because we're only measuring from 20 mile an hour. Easy as that. Completely effortless. Right then, job done. So the A45 AMG done 20 to 70 mile an hour in 4.69 seconds, right? It would be good if this beat that, wouldn't it? And the answer to that question is it didn't beat the A45 AMG. This done it 20 to 70 mile an hour in 4.89 seconds. So it's still a great time. I can't tell you what speed the M135i done because I'm going to try and upload this video before that video, so look out for that video. That's actually a stage 2 car, so probably not a fair gauge, but it's going to be an interesting video regardless. I know that because I've filmed it already, so look out for that video. I think my summary of the Golf R in general, whether it be a Mark 7 or Mark 7.5, is it's a bit like chicken tikka masala or bloody tomato soup. You kind of can't really not love it, can ya? It is that good. It's almost boringly good, but it is so good. that, you know what, I love it, and I could happily daily drive one of these cars. My one that I had was running double the power. These run at just over, like I say, just over 300 brake from standard. My one was almost 600 brake horsepower. So tunability, drivability, good looks, loads of tech and stuff on the interior. But yeah, I love it. So we are going to leave it as that. Thank you very much for watching. Let's get past these cars. Oh, there's an Audi Q5 in the way. There we go, he's out of the way. Hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe if you're new to my channel for a new video every Wednesday and Sunday at 6 o'clock. I might have uploaded this video as like a little bonus one, I don't know, it depends if I get it edited or not. But yeah, hit subscribe, and if you're on Instagram, give me a follow on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary, and I'll see you in my next video, alright? Bye. Since filming this video, the Golf R has now sold. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, this is going to be a really interesting follow-up video. It's the Stage 2 tuned BMW M135i.